Now let's take a look at ActiveGraf in presentation mode. So as with any presentation, we just click on Slideshow. And remember that these charts are very easy to make, but the auto filtering feature is built right in, not like with other software, you have to separately create the filters. This makes it very time efficient to not only create, but also use ActiveGraf in a presentation. For instance, all you have to do is put all related series into one chart. Take a look at the right-hand chart. A lot of data series. But instead of putting different data series that are related over several pages in our presentation, we can simply put one in, saves us a lot of time, and then as the dialogue evolves, click into whichever series is most relevant for the conversation. Our auto-scaling feature makes sure that the scaling is optimal for whatever you've chosen. Now, as you know, ActiveGraf charts are editable, and you can observe the impact of any change in assumptions. So you just click into your chart in presentation mode as well and immediately see what the results are. We also allow you to click into the tooltip and use the up-down arrows, your computer keyboard, or the embedded number pad with touchscreen or with clicking the mouse to get the exact number that you want. We've put a lot of emphasis on making ActiveGraf as human as possible and just what you would expect. If you roll over a series, it highlights that data series in the chart and shows the tooltip so that it's easier to observe the exact nature of the data. You can also do that in the legend by rolling over whatever data series you're interested in. Also, a very useful feature is the undo-redo feature. You can undo all edits to the chart and see what the original was, and then look at the result of any what-if analysis. So essentially, you're creating some minor versioning here. You can also undo and redo by steps. One last thing I wanted to point out about presentation mode is that, remember, you can only click and drag to edit numbers that are natural numbers and drivers. You cannot click and edit calculated numbers. The reason for that is, if we allowed you to click and drag calculated numbers, it would essentially overwrite formulas with numbers. So let's take a look. You try to click and drag an editable number, you can see that it's highlighted as draggable. But if you click and drag a calculated number, it won't allow you. There's no grab bars or highlights. What it will do is if you try to click and drag, it will zoom in on that area. This is also a useful feature, and a separate feature is that any ActiveGraf is zoomable. Just click on the area you want to highlight, and it zooms in. This is very useful for very detailed charts with a lot of data points. To reset zoom, all you need to do is click on the Reset Zoom button.